and we're back with our beautiful wreath.
Lovely.
And now we're going to add in a few adornments. The first thing we're going to do is a little bit of this lovely and unusual and different shade of foliage.
Oh, isn't that
lovely
beautiful?
bit of cryptomeria.
Here, put that in my bag.
So, again, snipping ourselves
Right.
a few bits.
So I'm following you.
Just into some short pieces, like we did with our pine and all our other foliage.
Right.
And then you want pieces about this sort of length, so half that,
So half
and then going across there.
there.
Yep, that's it. And then take, these are called florists stub wires. And so you take one of those.
Right.
And
Did you put two pieces
get
together?
a couple of pieces together with the stem that way, and then putting your wire on, hold it with the pad of your thumb,
Pad of your thumb.
and then
On
just
top.
bring the wires down. So it's that, and then bring one wire around, over, trapping those stems.
So, and bring the wire round.
Twisty, twisty, a couple of times.
There.
And then you've got two, it's called a double leg mount, so this means you can then find a little space in your wreath,
Right.
poke it in through to make sure it's coming back onto the reverse, where we then bend it back in on itself. So distribute your lovely green cryptomeria through your wreath, comme ça.
So this
there's yours and here's mine.
So as you can see, I've done a lovely job of it, everybody. And you know, if I can do it, you can do it. Can't
Definitely.
they, Simon?
Absolutely.
And this is Simon.
Yes, look at mine, looking gorgeous.
Yes. So there you go.
So now you've got to choose. So we're going to go over and graze amongst our decorative buffet.
Oh, a decorative buffet.
So can we walk and talk?
So what we're going to do, we're going to put some
We're
cans of
gonna-
Cokes on it and some bottles of water.
We're going to have a
Oh,
wander.
yes, we're going to go a wander.
So you can. I know, won't that be lovely in the Parma Violet Suite?
Oh, wow.
Gorgeous ribbonis. Some lovely pine cones.
Oh,
We've got some lovely dried fruits and baubles for a bit of sparkle. Those smell of marmalade. Smell them.
oh, they even
Don't they?
Yeah. Oh,
They're
wow.
not for culinary
Oh,
use.
smell that.
They're not for culinary use, so don't eat them. So we've got a few
right.
sparkly baubles. So I'm going to take this over and you're going to decide.
And what about...
Will you bring the cinnamon sticks and will you bring the basket of pine cones?
Yes.
I normally start off with something like pine cones. These are the sort of thing that you can quite often find on a walk, wandering around the countryside. You're being sensible and going for the pre-wired ones. I'm going to show you how to wire them.
Okay. All
Because
right.
they don't fall off the tree with a
Do you want me to
wire.
try and...
Yes.
And
Top on the
emulate?
hands.
Okay, right. I've got to try and do this.
At the end that drops off the tree,
Yeah.
facing out, the point into your palm.
Right.
That's it. And then using your thumb, you're just going to pull these little teeth down and nestle your wire into that gap there.
Right.
So pulling those teeth down, nestle the wire in, and then just pull it and wiggle it. There you go. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And then give it a little twist
Right.
and one wired pine cone.
Oh, wow.
And the joy of this is pine cones last for yonks. So if you're sensible, you can strip these out of your wreath after Christmas, keep them on their wires, and you don't have to keep wiring them in, year out.
Fantastic. And you could also add glitter to these.
Definitely.
couldn't you?
Yes, you
Yeah.
could. You can add glitter, you can spray paint them, a bit of spray varnish, and then same principle, the wire goes through, comes onto the reverse, and then we're bending that back in on itself, the return of the wire.
Right. And you did say for me to hold it close to the edge when I'm sticking it.
Yes, if you hold
in
the
the
wire as near the end as possible. When you're pushing it through into the moss base, you'll find it's a little bit easier.
Right. Oh, now, what I did want to ask you, if you can't get moss base, what's a good alternative?
Well, you know when you buy things from, and they come in packaging with that sort of strange wood wool that's like it looks like straw, but it's made of shredded wood.
Right.
That works quite well. Hay and straw work quite well.
Right.
If you've got a lawn that's not in great nick, you could go and rake up a whole load of sort of mossy, grassy stuff that would work.
Right.
Straw and hay do work brilliantly well, but to be honest, something like moss is absolutely fabulous.
Right.
So pine cones are great, things like conkers, sweet chestnuts.
Oh, yeah,
any of those beech masts, all those sorts of things work really well to add in. And they're often the things that you'll find on a walk that you can pick up and gather, acorns, all those sort of nice pods and things.
Well, yes, and of course you don't always have to keep things like conkers and acorns and pine cones, the natural colour.
No.
You can spray them gold.
Yes, yeah, you can give them a hint of a tint just to liven them up. Clear spray varnish on things looks wonderful. So the pine cones go in. I quite like to put them in little drifts and clusters rather than totally on their own, which makes a little bit more impact. It's entirely up to you. As we said, it's not painting by numbers.
No. It's just using your creative
imagination. Letting those juices flow.
Yes, using the creative feminine, I think. How are you securing the back of your acorn once you...
My pine cone, I'm doing the return that we did with the wire for our foliage.
Right.
So I will show you. So my wire will go in at the front.
Right.
Out on the reverse. So I'm then just bending those back in on themselves. That's the most important thing to learn.
Is securing
that return, because if you wanted to put in really heavy things like apples or gourds in your Halloween wreath, they're heavy, they would drop out, so you would need to secure them like that. But also, if you don't, you've got lots of wires poking through the back, which will just scratch your door.
Yeah.
And if you're a bit of a hobbyist and you've got one of those hot melt glue guns, they also work brilliantly to attach all of these things into a wreath. And there's lots of other embellishments that you can put in. Often you'll have a few sort of Christmas baubles lurking that never made it to the tree.
Yeah, absolutely.
We try and use shatterproof ones because then, should they drop off, you've not made a dangerous mess on the ground.
You've not made a clanger.
And then, these are easy peasy to wire because it's almost like a little washing line of them, and then you just gather that up, and then in they go. And again, same old technique, folks.
Yeah.
Wires back on the reverse, and then push them in to give a good return.
Is that a floristry expression?
Return is a floristry expression, yes. So because everything is a little bit rounded, we're also going to put in, so I'm just going to clear the deck slightly and tip out a few of these gorgeous, a bit like crisps at a party.
Yes. Would you like one, anybody?
So these dead easy to wire, because we literally, excuse my reach.
Quite enjoying your reach, to be honest.
We just do a little thread through, gather that up. Little light twisty. There they are.
Wow.
And what's a joy is, because everything else is quite round, these are a different shape that we're putting in. So it just puts a slightly different texture and form in. Just nestle those in there.
Oh, yeah, I see, absolutely. That's lovely. It's got a bit of a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory sort of candy look to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, and also they're almost like a little tiny stained glass window when you hold them together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Imagine they'd make a groovy pair of sunglasses.
But yes. Yeah. Mind you, they'd probably go on as brooches with a safety pin on them.
Yes.
In fact, I'll stick one on. Thank you. As a souvenir of Simon's
citrus success.
Yeah.
Look at that! Ice and a slice? You're halfway there.
Who are some of your favourite people to do things for?
I'm really lucky that we've had a fabulous client list for 30-something years, from footballing royalty to proper royalty.
Yeah.
I mean, I had such fun. Years ago, I did a party for Queen Sonja of Norway.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I had to work out and calculate a table length, because we were having a special tablecloth made in violet velvet. You would have loved it. You would have loved it.
Make a nice bedspread
Wouldn't
for
it?
my Parma Violet bedroom.
Wouldn't it?
Yes.
And I said to her, "Oh, I'm really sorry, ma'am. I'm hopeless at maths. That's why I'm a florist." And she said, "I'm really hopeless at maths too. That's why I'm a queen."
Yeah. So there's mine.
I've got yours safely here. You try and resurrect mine.
Yes.
So lovely sticks of cinnamon.
Lovely.
Smell those, they're gorgeous. And then just use your thumbs to support the middle and snap them in half.
Right.
To create...
Don't people smoke these?
Oh, I don't know.
Smoked cinnamon
You
sticks.
can use it to sort of stir a hot chocolate and things, can't you?
Yes. I know Grace... No, it's not cinnamon sticks. She has licorice.
Oh, licorice root.
Yeah, she
chews licorice root.
Yeah, before she goes on, doesn't she?
Oh, I love licorice root.
Slave to the rhythm, slave to the rhythm. So
Right.
I'm doing a twist, aren't
So we're doing a twist. We're going round with our wire, and we're going to do a sneaky scissor twist as well, just to hold them in tight. So, little bundle of cinnamon. Now you can often buy them from all those sort of... We have a fantastic Turkish supermarket up the road that sells big bags of long cinnamon sticks really inexpensively.
Right.
So if you're buying them from a supermarket, those little short ones in the packet are really expensive. So wire round, and then I just use my scissors almost as a pair of pliers, just hold that and give it a twist.
Right.
And then here, I just hold it and give it another twist, just a little cheeky kink in that wire. And it just takes up any slack and stops those all sliding around.
Okay.
So you're okay there. So now come to the front. And then here, you're just going to do that.
Right.
And just put that kink in, and that just tightens them and stops them dropping out.
Lovely.
And these are going to go in, but before we go in, you need to choose your ribbon colour. So can I invite you to the ribbon buffet?
Absolutely. Let's go and choose